Alright, first things first, I want to apologize for this audio quality y'all gonna experience. Y'all watch this video. Okay, so fair warning to all of you people with headphones. My mic's doing some wild shit. I don't know why it's doing this. I gotta figure it out before I next record. But I'm dead ass tired after filming this shit. So I'm not finna do that tonight. I'm not gonna re-record because I gotta get this video up. But I do want to apologize for the mic. I don't know why it's having problems. I'll figure it out for the next video, I promise. Deuces, people. What's up, guys? It's Zolo with Zolo Media here, and I'm here to bring to you guys my review of One Piece Chapter 1035 entitled Zoro versus King. This is following our Sanji versus Queen match, and I'm hoping next week we see something like a Luffy versus Kaido, or Big Mom versus Kid and Law. So without further ado, let's get into this chapter. I know I'm a little late on getting this one up too. So to start off this week, we get a cover story. Finally, I've been talking about getting this cover story for a long time now, and this one looks like it's going to be a good one. Not that I think that there have been any bad ones so far. So this week's one is we are now exploring how Germa 66 got out of Whole Cake Island after the catastrophe that Luffy and the crew left behind them. We might get to see more about what happened to the Sun Pirates, which would be really dope. Hopefully Pedro isn't alive and that boy's still dead, because his death was worthwhile, and there is no need to bring him back, though I don't think we'll see him coming back. So we start off looking at Sanji and the continuation of the chapter from last week. Sanji has kicked Queen clean through some buildings and is returning Chuji to Osame. They have a small conversation, at the end of which Sanji passes out from exhaustion, hits the deck hard. Osame calls for medical attention for him, but Sanji's going to be fine. Boy's body regenerates. But we do get the definitive panel declaring Sanji the winner, which is meaning that there won't be any awakenings, any furtherance of the fruits, or of Sanji's abilities, which is kind of sad. I was really hoping that both King and Queen would have an awakening, but as we find out in this chapter, neither of them do. So after we kick off the Sanji panels and we see what Sanji has done to Queen and he's declared the winner, we then move on to Zoro going up against King, and we find out, one, that ZKKK is real. Zoro's about here trying to kill black men. I'm just joking, but King is a Lunarian, and we get to see that he has beautiful black skin and his wings. We get to see his entire face. He's got this dope tattoo on his eye, similar to Kalgara's, I believe, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, but don't quote me on that. And from there, Zoro explains that he's figured King out. They clash a few times, and then King speeds in for a kick, lands the kick, and then Zoro, taking the kick, throws a slice up at King and just cuts him right up the middle. And the first panel, we get to see Zoro speed blitzing him with the same move he had tried last time, the Shishi Sanson, the lion dance, or the death lion dance. Now that we're in, Zoro real edgy. Like, I love Zoro, but death lion, like, come on. Everything else is like Buddha related, and then he's got like the Death Lion song, and it's like, come on, man. Anything else? But no. So we see Zoro cutting up King, getting some effective damage in on King, and we like to see that around here. However, he explains how King does what he does. The shifting, he seems to have like this balance between offense and defense, an impenetrable defense and a ridiculous offense, and that changes whenever he tries to switch from one mode to the next, and that change occurs as soon as his fire goes out. So Zoro gets after King as soon as his fire goes out, throws the slash up, cuts him up. King's starting to feel the heat, which is hilarious because he's a thermophile. And yeah, Zoro starts putting him on the back foot. As he does this, King's face is revealed. This happened at the start of the chapter. But then King's own boys, the fodder, become our exposition dump, which is dope because they inform us that King, the Lunarian species, was one of the species that the government wanted hunted down and wanted information on, and they were willing to offer 100 million berries. Remember, 100 million berries is not a small amount of money. It's a pretty large amount of money. It's enough to buy somebody a boat at Water 7, which is where the best of the best pirates are. So 100 million berries is quite a bit of money. But they're offering 100 million berries for any information on King. And so that's what we do. And then King responds in kind by burning down his allies, and Zoro chirps him for that. And then they get back to it. King and Zoro keep fighting. King just keeps getting pushed back kind of relentlessly, and Zoro finally gaining the upper hand here. And then King has a nice little flashback to Kaido and him being treated, experimented on by Vegapunk. And I want to give a shout out to my boy Geo at Geo_AW3 on Twitter. Y'all can find the boy there. He had it posted from way back that he thought Kaido and King had met not in Impel Down, but instead where Vegapunk was doing what Vegapunk was doing to these boys. And he was right, man. That's where they met. Kaido says that he was witness to the experiments that had happened to King, also known as Albert. And Kaido was like, hey man, come with me. We're going to destroy the world. I'm going to crown myself king. And then gave Albert the name of king that he holds so highly right now. But another important thing is that we got to see Kaido with spirit in him. Kaido, less than 25 years ago, brimming with potential, looking like the boy Luffy. This man thought he was Joy Boy. He thought he was the one. And now we see why he's so sad. I imagine he's come to find out that he isn't Joy Boy either. But Luffy is. So look at me stuttering out here. But no, so we get back into the fight with Zoro and King, and King's like, hey man, Kaido's finna be the king of the pirates, so you better watch how you talking to me, and we finna kill you right now. And this kind of like initiates the final sequence. King and Zoro clash time and time again. Eventually, King flies off the island and attacks Zoro with a Imperial Fire Dragon Slash. He creates this like huge dragon of fire that's coming at King, or it comes at Zoro from across the map. Zoro, like Leroy the fuck Jenkins, decides to jump out and use that Foxfire style to cut the dragon in half, and then proceeds flying forward to cut up King. Now, this is all well and good, but Zoro is now way out in the middle of the ocean with no freaking paddle. Like, this man is hanging in the sky. End of chapter, by the way. Like, that's it. That's the last scene. But this man is hanging in the sky, chilling. We just get this literal cliffhanger for the last chapter. So, we don't know what's gonna happen, what's popping. So we'll find out this Sunday what's coming up. But 1036, I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping to see some Luffy versus Kaido action maybe, and get some resolution to the story. But Zoro has soundly defeated King, I believe, and I imagine we'll see the same thing that we saw for Sanji, the box text declaring him the winner in the next chapter. My chapter rating for this chapter is, I'd say, a 7.5, maybe an 8 out of 10. I prefer more expository chapters, but this chapter was pretty good. The artwork was amazing all throughout, and I got to give it props because it confirmed one of my boys' theories. So again, shout outs to Gio. Man, good job on the prediction there. And then my chapter MVP, obviously Zoro, because, you know, we support ZKKK over here. But in all seriousness, Zoro, I love to see the man growing. I love to see the man shining. And I'm really, really happy that he suffered so hard for this victory because it means all that much more. Because, like, we be power scaling and stuff like that in our free time. At least I do. And it's always fun to see Zoro struggle because then we actually get a good understanding of what his power level is. And in fairness, Zoro got hit with that max revive, but I feel like this was a true test of his power. Like, he was at 100% coming into this and then left it at like 20, maybe 15% left in the gas tank. So I look forward to seeing what the next chapter has in store. I hope to see you guys on either Monday or Tuesday next week. And keep an eye peeled for that Blackbeard video. I'm trying to get it up, but kind of work schedule and school schedule have been pretty hectic. But I have some time this week, so I'll try and figure it out for you guys. All right, have a great time. Happy holidays to those of you who celebrate, and stay safe. Peace.